Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Check this out. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. I'm trying to collect.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Evans. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13.
Check 3, check 3.
Second and 13. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and they're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
They'll set up a throw. Man open, it's Moss, complete. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
A gain of 13 on the play. It's 4th down.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Vikings nothing.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Johnson was the intended receiver.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Rudolph now to throw. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Here comes a first down throw from Rudolph. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
All day, all day. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
I'm here all day. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Hey, pick your game.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. All day, dog.
Now Chubb running right. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The Vikings on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
I got it. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Cut. Watch the twist, watch the twist. Oh.
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put him in command. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Rudolph looking to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by the safety, Jarkwiski Tart. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will be taken about the 12. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a third down and about 9 to go.
And it's third down.
On the double. 58, Mike. You ain't going nowhere. Go.
Throwing on third down, here's Rudolph. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
At their own 16-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Here's 2nd and 8. They set up the screen to Chubb. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Check, 59. Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
He'll look to throw. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, let's get sack. Watch that. 61. Match box. Right.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Boy, that is a 7-yard loss. Second down now.
Watch the slant. Okay. Mike, check.
They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The Vikings send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Returnable here from the 38. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Ready? 10 logo.
I got you. I got you.
Now Rudolph on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. This is caught. Touchdown, Packers. Tony Pollard as the first half is winding down. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Vikings take over first down and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Tight dog. Tight dog. Tight dog.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Rudolph. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first down, Rudolph. He finds Hopkins complete. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
I can't believe they let you play.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of a group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Lorenzo Carter able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Second and 14. And he's going to go down again. Chris Jones in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Three down. Watch twist. Jack. Joker.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield.
Come on, set. 10-2 start.
Right there. All day. Let's go.
They go play action here on first down. Flushed out right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Gets his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Elliott good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Tight ends on the loosey. Tight ends on the loosey.
2nd and 9 now. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Olivier Vernon coming in with some force for the sack that time.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Wild Bill, Wild Bill.
He'll look to throw. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Mike, check, 59.
Back to throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. There he goes, right side. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. To sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Escaping the press. And he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll set up to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Baby, that's baby side. 64. Swing. Bravo. Mike 51. Mike 51. He runs. 51's to Mike. 51's to Mike. Here it comes.
Back to throw. He's got Evans. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. 1st down, here's the run to Montgomery. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 47-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Moss. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
From the gun on third down, it's Rudolph. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Rudolph. And the catch made by Johnson. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Pilot, 64, weak. Ready.
They'll run on first down. Pollard, and he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Squeeze. He's coming. We got double up. Shoot.
Rudolph now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
22 jet bomber.
You tighten up.
Check. Clear.
Now this may be a free play for Rudolph. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The penalty helps a bit, but still 8 yards to go on 3rd down for this offense.
Get that ball.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Watch the screen. Check hot route. Hot. Check.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Check. Cross. Watch out. Hey, switch gears.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Here's Pollard again. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
A 3-yard gain on the play.
So it's all over.